Hey guys, Rinji here. Once again, bringing you the worst out of the VTuber community. And as VTuber Gate is ramping up at a rather fast pace, things have been happening from hour to hour. And even as I dropped my last video, just a few hours ago, there are already new major things happening. Well, without further ado, let's get right into them as independent VTuber Kirsche Verstahl, which is at the center of this whole controversy, has now dropped something very interesting on Twitter and shared it with everyone. Starting off with a video that goes something like this. And as you can see there, this is Kirsche cosplayer that's visiting the HQ of Vice Media. And you can see from this tweet here, there's Kirsche saying, "Hey at Vice, like some kind of secret middle of the night ballot drop. I left a little something for you. I made sure it's on par with your company's journalistic quality, so you take it seriously." Leaving a Google Doc link, as well as the whole skit with the cosplayer taping an envelope addressed to Vice's HQ. Let's take a look what's inside the so-called Google Dockey. Obligatory Google Dockey. Starting off with, really now he's posed on the left side too. Why is Vice's Waypoint Publishing for 2018 style cancel culture for VTubing? Or an open letter from Kirsche Verstahl. The title of this Google document, of course, parodying one of the articles that have been posted on Vice regarding Kirsche. Hey Vice, what the fuck? I'm Kirsche Verstahl. I'm a VTuber, which means I stream with a digital avatar. It looks like this. There it is, in all of its glory. You can catch me on my stream on Twitch or YouTube. I play games, watch memes, share my thoughts on the news, you know, what streamers do. I basically just tangent on whatever I find interesting, and my honorable chatters affectionately call me a whiplash streamer. I have over 9,000 browser tabs and 184,000 fans across YouTube, Twitch, and X. Yay, Korshies! Also, I'm not a Nazi. They walk funny, did too much meth, and didn't like to laugh. They probably would hate me, as most of my friends, so how come on you keep calling me one? Vice used to be known for honest, real stuff, kinda like what Gawker aspired to be before, you know. It decided to step into the ring, brother. He did a whole issue dedicated to people who are mentally ill. He sent Dennis Rodman to North Korea. He even used to call out mainstream media for not getting YouTube. In any event, starting about a month ago, Waypoint, quotation marks, which is one of your verticals, a quasi-independent outlet, a failed gaming news site that you're trying to revive, something most people don't even know exists. Either way, it started publishing articles about me saying I'm a bigot and Nazi simp, that I'm responsible for all sorts of online harassment. It's completely untrue, of course, but also, why me? Why now? I am an anime foxwoman. What could a once respectable news org want with me? Is it 2018 all over again? Is Vice the PC police for VTubers? So again, Vice, what the fuck? Okay, let me break it down. I know I've covered this in my past couple of streams, but Vice isn't a subscriber yet. Maybe if I tangent about their Colombian donkey fucking video a few times, they'll come around. Here's the headline from the first article you published about me, and there it is. Why is the gamer subs VTuber pushing the great replacement theory? I covered it on my on one of my streams about this. It's also in the VTuber Gate playlist. Give it a watch if you so desire. Not to brag or anything, but I have over 184,000 fans. You're accusing me of bigotry because one of my fans is a supposed Nazi? It's like saying McDonald's supports communism because Kim Jong-un likes Big Macs. HT to Kim Jong-un likes. Rather than back up this outrageous accusation, the article starts by talking about my sponsor, GamerSubs. Here's the quotation. However, GamerSubs is in hot water with many VTuber fans due to the behavior of one particular creator working with the company. Mythic talents Kirsche Verstahl, an anime-focused girl with a knack for sharing alt-right talking points. Kirsche has landed herself in controversy after controversy online due to her right-wing beliefs. At this point, it begs the question whether GamerSubs will one day pull the plug on the VTuber for good. Huh? My first time hearing all this supposed controversy. Literally, I've been sponsored by GamerSubs since September 2023. This is a tactic called manufacturing consensus, but the activists claim everyone agrees with them to make their points seem legitimate. Note that this paragraph doesn't cite a single source, but also it's true I've never hidden my political leanings, and yet never heard of any controversy until this article started pretending there was one. Had a few weirdos on Twitter harassing me, but as an oppressed person of anime, I'm used to that kind of thing. And the sources citing the article are anonymous posts on Reddit. Really? Even the people making the post claim they don't watch me and are just repeating hearsay. So a vice journalist repeating hearsay from someone who is repeating hearsay? Really? Here's the headline of the second article Vice published about me. VTubing has an elephant in the room. Bigotry. Obviously, I think harassment is bad. I don't do it and tell all my fans not to do it. The suggestion made repeatedly in this article that I and my fans endorse harassment is totally false. In fact, fully half of the tweets quoted in this article are from a person who goes by Nbintent or Bint, who has serially harassed me for months. Does Anna Valens mention this in her article? No. Do I have proof of this harassment, which I would have shared in Vice bothered to ask? Absolutely. Here are just a couple of examples. Let's zoom on that real quick. Why don't we? Like even reading the one from the left first. Turned into Kuklux Kirsche's stream for a moment. She's taking a week off. Was sulking about how much her mental health has suffered from being criticized for being hateful, vindicative crackpot. I considered this a small victory, lol. However, they want to twist in their minds. I'm happy that shitty people who put the I'm just a Twitter, it's just the Twitter tweet freaks front know that their life will be uncomfortable as long as they keep doing what they do. If they want peace, they can stop profiting of others' pain. I don't indulge in this from a place of cruelty. I take joy in knowing that she's burdened by a hatred that should burden you in some form. If not from guilt, then from rightful consequences and as minimal as people criticizing and making fun of you on Twitter. And the one on the right side? Can I add low-key set of domino effect that leads to sketchy VTuber sponsors to lose thousands of dollars on my resume? Quite vindicative, if I do say so myself. But this is not what the Google Dockey ended either. But the article doesn't talk about this. Instead, the article again talks about my sponsor, GamerSubs, and tries to make it seem like there's some sort of controversy brewing. Original. Earlier this week, independent VTuber Rin Penrose announced the end of her partnership with gaming supplement company GamerSubs. According to Penrose, her decision came due to associations with creators whose views strongly conflict with my own, as well as a lack of communication from the company on this issue. Then Kirsche continues with, "Look, I love that GamerSub supports VTubers from every side of political spectrum. It's one of the things that makes them such an amazing partner. That and their awesome supplements. Use code Kirsche for 10% off your GamerSubs orders. Hope I continue to work with GamerSubs, but if this is the effort to cancel me is successful, I have to wonder, who's next?" Here's the third article, which Vice wrote about me. Waypoint stands with Anna Valence. Again, I agree, harassment is bad. No one should do it. I don't do it. Tell my fans not to do it. Article says, everything she's going through. I'll sum it up. Anna is being attacked for simply asking questions about certain areas of VTubing community, which she's an active part of. Just asking questions? Look, I read those articles pretty carefully. I don't see a lot of questions. Mostly a lot of statements based on Reddit threads and other anonymous sources. This seems very targeted at me. And why? I am an anime Fox girl VTuber. You're Vice. What the fuck? Also, this happened in the article. The time for games is over. Is irony just totally dead? We're still talking about VTubing, right? I mean, not to be all you started it, but you literally started it. There was no controversy. No one apart from a few anonymous internet trolls Vice quotes in its articles was butthurt about what I was doing or saying on my stream until you started writing articles calling me a Nazi. And now you're calling me a bully and saying it's time to start a war? This is 2018 style cancel culture all over again. Or is it VTubergate? Anyway, it's getting pretty tired. Someone says something you don't agree with, start saying they're controversial, name drop all of their brands and they work with, play the victim card, or rage tweet at them until their sponsors bail. This is the playbook used over and over again. Anyway, if you're just asking questions, I have one. How come in the middle of all of this, Anna Valence is asking people to buy her gifts on Throne? Surely this isn't just a big branding opportunity for someone who wants to become the definite VTuber journal, right? Right? I want to go to court over this. But if you keep calling me a Nazi, and keep calling for my sponsors to drop me, what else am I supposed to do? Seriously, Vice, is this what you want? You want to be the PC police for VTubers? On your front page right now, you have articles about crazy, horny mud truckers and how cool it is to be golfing Ukraine right now. But my stream is too controversial? I'm asking nicely, woo-woo. Please take those articles down and stop pretending there's a controversy where there isn't. I promise, if you do, I'll go back to streaming and you can go back to reporting on the Berlin Sex Toy Expo, whatever it is that you do now. Love, Kirsche. But then, all of this aside, there was also a response. Because the center of it all, which is the user that has been already mentioned within Kirsche's Google document, and Binted, also known as Bint, had this to say about his inclusion in the article. Your first point of shaming is to try and scold me for saying you should feel somewhat uncomfortable with spreading dishonest, hateful messages and relishing the pain of others. You are a crybaby. You said far cruel things about far less deserving people. Grow up. Again, said from a person that has incessantly tweeted about Kirsche for months now. If we really want to make a count out of all of this, there's a video that exists on Twitter, currently X, in which all of Bint's tweets about Kirsche are displayed for like whole 3 minutes, even up to 4, I believe. Hundreds upon hundreds of tweets, if not up to 1,000 of them, all about Kirsche. And this is the person telling you to grow up and that you're a crybaby, not them. But Bint had more to say. I do not wish to ruin your life. I don't even wish for you to stop being a VTuber or making money. This is gonna turn very ironic after I'm done reading this. I wish for you to know some kind of guilt or consequences for the horrible things you say about the trans people and immigrants and minorities who have known far more pain than you. Well, let's analyze that statement. I don't want you I don't wish to ruin your life. Well, would taking away someone's sponsors, taking away one of the means they make a living, would that be not part of life ruination? Would that not be stopping Kirsche from making money? Well, let's take a look at about that. Here's, for example, a tweet from May 8th. Kirsche, as we speak, is hanging out and chatting in a neo-Nazi stream. As an actual Hitler was right neo-Nazi, who openly and frequently talks about Jewish people. Kirsche is a mod. She clearly knows who he is. And then Bint just adds Kirsche's sponsors or people who had financial dealings with Kirsche. At Gamersubs, at U2's, at Shop Uwu Market. Is she selling enough units for you to pretend not to see this? Or how about a different one from May 6? Hey, check it out! At Gamersubs, linking to an article where Kirsche apparently is defending Shiloh Hendricks' fundraiser after later reportedly calls the child the N-word. Maybe something like that would count as life ruination, I don't know. Or how about this one from May 3rd? Kirsche says it's not okay to hurl racial abuse about a 5-year-old, but it's the consequence of where we're at right now. Invokes George Floyd to say there's a 2-tier justice system, and that people calling children slurs is an outcome of white people being the real victims. And then the regular thing proceeds with adding Kirsche's sponsors. At Gamersubs, at U2's, at Shop Uwu Market. Thoughts? And then Bint, very conveniently, might I add, ended with this. I stand by what I said about Kirsche. My overall points regarding the things she said and the things I've shown speak for themselves. I think they're extremely upsetting things and that people were not all misled to find them reprehensible in their full context. I'm not sure how seriously I should take these legal threats, or if I would end up being wrapped up in it. However, I feel that what needs to be said has been said. This will be my last statement about Kirsche as it currently stands. Yeah, very convenient for you to drop all of this after months upon months, day after day, of going after Kirsche. When Kirsche decided to, to ponder legal ramifications and moving on with some kind of lawsuit. It's very convenient for you to drop all of this all of a sudden. I wonder why. Really gets the noggin jogging, that one. And a copy of it. So it all just gets, clobbered in. They're not sure if these legal threats are gonna go through. But if they do, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. It's gonna be a long road ahead if that comes to pass. But for right now, that's everything. And I hope to see you on the next one. Peace.